double check to make sure.
You sure you didn't hit live on that before?
I hit live on both.
Oh, so we are live.
Yeah, I just can't see what's coming up live over there. That's part of the problem because it's so far away. I wanted to make it closer. All right, let me double check to see.
Happy Thursday, everybody. This is our first Thursday podcast. We're trying the Thursday
first,
here.
It is
We're trying it. We're trying it. We're trying it.
Let's put this here. Ready? Let's see how it goes with this. See, I can't see the people who are popped up on that screen there because it's so far away.
You know, Dave, we both look like we have tans. Actually, I got to say this.
Definitely.
The lighting does good, and I have no tan. Talk to me on Monday after Florida.
There you go. Let me see if I can I see us here now on both. I can't see us live here because they're on there. I don't know if it's
We're here, guys, just to encourage you today.
Just to encourage.
Encourage.
Oh, we got Valerie, my wife, is here. We got Bitcoin, the PD coin is on the show.
He's back already.
Just getting ready to get live over here with you guys. I want to thank you so much for being a part of our show today.
Turn your volume off.
Very cool stuff. Yeah, turn my volume off, right? Very cool stuff to talk about today. Louis Vaughn is back. Let's go, baby.
All right.
Thank you guys for joining us here. We love having you, and we're excited to be here today. It's our first Thursday show. We were worried about no one showing up on a Thursday, and hopefully today will be a great show to talk about because there's a lot of things going on in the world of crypto that doesn't make any sense, and it has to do with, I think, a very big conspiracy theory that's happening. We talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
But before we begin, always, as you know, this is not financial advice. This is a realtor and a mortgage broker here with you as friends to talk about crypto, digital assets, and introduce you to the world of what XRP is, as well as other amazing crypto assets there are. One of the biggest things we talk about is, Bitcoin, the PD coins. Bitcoin's the PD coin says Brad on Fox News today.
Oh,
I missed that.
Know that. I did too.
I've been running around all day with clients, so I apologize. Please let us know what you found out over there.
Give us the cliff notes. We'd love to know.
I want to give a big shout out to my wife. Love you so much. Thank you for being on the show over here today watching. You know, when it comes down to what's going on in the world, it's crazy to us, all of us, as to why things are not making sense in the crypto world. Why is the market so?
Is this why your wife got on today? Is this why your wife got on today? A perfect day, Val, for you to be on. Perfect day.
Louis Vaughn said, just watch Brad Garlinghouse interview on Fox News. All right, so we missed it. I would love to hear from you guys what you guys saw.
Yeah.
Because I've been running around. Again, I was just ran from one appointment to another. And so please share with us while I'm talking with you guys what you found out or what Brad said. Because it's massive for me to be on Fox. I missed the whole, I can't wait to see it anyway. There's a conspiracy theory, in my opinion. Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist necessarily, but I'm beginning to get more and more suspect, you know, and we together are becoming suspect because it doesn't make sense.
Dave, right? I'm conspiracy theorist number one. I'm as bad as it comes.
Well, I think
I'm as bad as they go. I believe them all.
The plural badass is back. What's up, fellas? Thank you for joining us. And Cade's dad is on. Thank you so much, Cade's dad, for being here. Please like and subscribe. He says 90% chance Clarity Act passes in April. And that is exactly, here we go. My wife says LFG. Let's go, baby. I love it. Let's see. So regs in April, also Bitcoin, the PD coin says the same thing over here. April. We hope, you know, we found out, I get sidebar. They give us these dates. And then we get let down, right? But maybe because it's on the news for the first time, it's not just we see it and hear about it through social media or from the whole idea of the YouTube where we hear things from, but now it's on the news for the first time on the news talking about something real. And that might have more value there.
Ripple's been on. Brad Garlinghouse has been on for years. I've been listening to him. That's not new. He's been on CNBC.
No, it's new because people are starting to see it more. Like there's a lot of new people that are watching it, so it's new for them or new for many of us. You know, if you weren't in XRP or in cryptocurrency before, you didn't know Brad Garlinghouse from, this pen over here. You didn't know, right? I mean,
we should talk a little bit about our conversation, our text message between the two of us where about getting down and not getting, well, not even so much the God thing, but just, I think that, is it okay for me to say, I think sometimes when things are not going the way we want it to go, Dave gets a little more twisted than I do. I can pretty much
it's for
be
sure.
a little more.
He definitely is more the stabilizer of emotions, for sure. I'm going to make sure these things are flying through over here. We don't miss anything.
Yeah, you missed
Marvin Davis is back. What's up,
Hello.
fellas? Thank you so much for being a part of our show again today. Love seeing you, and thank you for spreading the word, Marvin. You're a rock star. We love you. We appreciate you. But let's get back into this for a second. Yeah. So the conspiracy theories, so normal, right? Banks, the big boys, they have things going in the background.
Yep.
And then they finally, when they've got their whole thing together, they let it out slowly to the retail. And what happened with crypto?
You mean history? Yeah, historically with technology.
Yes. With crypto has been a retail item since day one.
Right.
So
we were able to front run the banks, and maybe institutions.
Maybe a lot of us missed the Bitcoin era, right? Because it was still brand spanking new.
Yep.
But now it's something where we as people are learning from each other and getting involved in it over the last 3, 4, 5+ years, right? And the banks, which weren't in it, didn't believe in it, weren't on it, they disrespected it, they felt it was not real, they talked badly about it.
Yep.
But now they're seeing that it's becoming fruition and they're involved in it. And now they need to kill it so they can control it so that they are in charge of what's happening. Right? And we are supposed to get shaken out and sell it all because it's just not happening because it went down to $1.18 and killed us emotionally in mind and body because we were just completely shocked by how can it go from $3 to $1.18? It's over. That's it. That's what they want you to believe and think.
Yeah.
The roller coaster of hell that's going straight down isn't coming back up. But the conviction that we have to know what you have and understand what it is a whole different level.
Oh, we got Tony Robbins here, guys. Listen to him. He sounds like Tony Robbins now. I love it.
I think that Biden Hair Sniffer sounded better than my new name. I think so too. I love Biden Hair Sniffer because it was so awesome. You're a stage name in my house. Maybe it's time to change it back, but I love the Biden Hair Sniffer. I agree 100%. If you're willing to change it back, whatever you want to do, we love you and we appreciate you. But the emotion, and literally they put you on this roller coaster going to hell. You're going to hell. That's it. It's over. XRP's done. It's only Bitcoin and that's it. And everything else is going to take a big slap in the face.
Well, I think we're seeing a big disconnect between Bitcoin and XRP, to be honest with you. I mean, they're all going down. Bitcoin's gotten hammered compared to where we are.
But I think again, they're trying to shake people out of Bitcoin, the retail buyers of Bitcoin, to shake them out so they can buy it cheap and accumulate as much as possible.
I think you're probably right, but I'm waiting for the disconnect where XRP exponentially goes much more than Bitcoin as a percentage of where the growth would
100%. It actually, as across the board goes, it's done better than Bitcoin across the board every day of the week, every month of the year. The problem, and I was listening to something, we got Kate's dad over here. Just remember, every conspiracy theory is just that until it actually happens. Then it's a conspiracy, right? I mean, that's
you mean before it becomes truth.
Becomes
conspiracies
truth.
Become the truth.
I think that's what he meant.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I love that it's Kate's dad. Kate's dad. Blade is back. Exactly. It's a private party. They don't want you in. It's a private party that we actually started the party. They're actually trying to come in the parade and destroy the party that we have. And the interesting part about the party, and thank you, Blade, for putting that in context of it, because it really is a party. It's a party for us waiting to go off, but they're trying to destroy the party. It's like you got to the party and there's no more alcohol left. There's no more edibles. There's no more alcohol. The music just went down. They unplugged the music. Now it's just a room full of people.
Sounds like the police came.
Right. It sounds like it got raided, right? A party got raided. That's a good point. The party just got raided. And they don't want you to enjoy yourselves because they don't want you in on it.
Yeah, they want you to go home to mommy and daddy.
They want you.
The high school party's over.
They want us to sell it. Yep. And the reality is, if you have it, you've invested in it. And whether it's been just this past year, You've invested your heart and soul and your mind in it. And you're somebody who's there that's listening and feeling and wanting and begging and pleading. At the same time, they want you to give up. Are you ready to give up? Are you one who's losing conviction? Listen, I am, as Mike says, an emotional person. I get highs with the highs and lows with the low. And it's very tough to be on this roller coaster. But together, we remind each other that we're on a roller coaster that's not over. It's just the beginning. And this roller coaster, this party that they're trying to pull the plug on, right? The reality is we control the party because we are a group of people. We are the XRP army.
Yeah.
We are the XRP family. And we know what we have. They're just trying to step on us while we're down.
I'm reading some of the comments on your little screen over there.
And we got Tommy says, so we'll make our own after party. Tommy, buddy, I love it. I can't wait to meet all of you in person and have the ability to have a drink together and celebrate. Even if it's not happened yet, the idea of being together with you would be amazing. Amazing. The Bloomer Badass is not even close to surrender. Bought more XRP today. That's what I'm talking about.
Amen.
And you know what? It's hard not to when you see the price so low. A couple of shekels you take on the side, you're just buying a little bit every day. If you set it and forget it, that's the best way to do it. We have several friends that we work with, clients from our past, who got involved in XRP because we talk about it.
Yep.
They heard the podcast, they listened to it. They, you know, the way you got into it, someone shared with you about XRP. And that person who shared with you XRP, you had a chance to either take in or walk away. Something happened in your past that said to yourself, you know what, I'm not going to miss it this time. I'm not going to miss that opportunity. I'm going to invest. I'm going to learn about this. I want to get involved.
That's exactly what
Carlos Mata, hello from Brazil. Thank you so much, Carlos, for being here. Please like and subscribe. We'd love to be having part of our family over here. We appreciate you. And let us know what you're thinking about, guys, because you and I and Michael, and we are all here together riding into this party. I love that Blade said the party. The party is great, Blade. It was phenomenal. Yeah. It's really a party that they're trying to pull the plug on. And we're going to have one hell of an after party, like Tommy said, right?
Yep.
That's why we got to continue to be involved in mind and body and not like us getting shaken out.
Did you happen to watch the video the other day from Money on the Move?
I didn't see that one. No.
You know, these guys, they're prophetic voices.
Oh, that one. Yes.
That one. Yes. Those guys are really good. Money, Money MOT. I recommend it. I tell you, I think they're excellent. They're very prophetic.
I got to the first 13 minutes and it's a little weird. It's a little weird. It's a little bit like
that's go ahead. It's
I never just talked to you about this because you sent this to me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tommy says, play that funky music, white boys. Play that funky music, right? Absolutely. My singing's not so great. But I appreciate that. Is awesome. Yes, absolutely. We got to make a party.
Money on the Move.
Money on the Move.
Finish
All right,
it.
So
what was wonky about it? I want to know because
the bald guy that I was doing. But he was saying these 3 or 4 different like lines as he's coming out talking.
Well, because he's just talking, to let you know.
Yes.
That is speaking in tongues.
That's what he was doing.
He was speaking in tongues, which is, you know, as a Jewish individual, I don't expect you to understand the tongues as much as
I've heard
some Christians.
Yes.
So one guy was speaking in tongues while the other one was giving the prophetic. So he was praying in tongues while the other one was actually coming up with the prophecies of what he was hearing.
The other guy wasn't talking yet. I mean, the first 13 minutes, the blonde guy wasn't talking at all.
No, but eventually he was. Yeah, you didn't listen to far enough. But I got to tell you guys, these guys have been sort of spot on. And they're talking a lot about. Don't get shaken out with this kind of stuff because they go through and they talk about various cryptocurrencies as well. So it'd be worthwhile. Take a listen to it.
So here we are. It's 2026. If you've been in it for a few years, you've been feeling the burn. You've been feeling excitement and then burn. And XRP has had more red days than green days, which is crazy. More red days than green days, yet it's been the most proactive crypto in the last 5 years than any other crypto from a positive standpoint.
Proactive,
active. accelerating.
Yeah.
Its highs are higher and its lows aren't as low as everybody else's is. And it's important to realize that because, when you see something like an Ethereum or a Bitcoin, their plunge is massive. What did our plunge was $2, not even. And their plunge is thousands. Ethereum at 45, 47, 4,900, and maybe it's 2,000. Tommy says, speaking on tongues is a gift from God.
Amen.
Amen, brother. Yep. And that's something I need to watch the rest of that show. And I'm happy you mentioned it, Tommy. So we here found about XRP, the retail side of it, earlier than the big boys did. And they're really, really, really trying hard to push us out. Now, think about what is the percentage of people in the world or America and all over the world who know what XRP. If you take, let's go with our friend Carlos over here from Brazil. How many people, Carlos, if you're still listening, please let me know, of your friends are involved in XRP? Okay, that's a question I want to know from you. When you talk to people, do they say, I'm interested in XRP, I own XRP, I want to get involved in XRP? Or is it something where these people think you're talking like, dark magic, right? That's what I want to know. Because you're in Brazil, you have these people around you that either know about who taught you about it. Where did you learn it from? I learned it from this guy right here. This guy who sits behind me every time is when he got me an XRP. And Blade said before, price manipulation doesn't change the fundamentals. It's true. Price change price manipulation does not change the fundamentals. That was a really good point you made, Blade.
Yep.
In that sentence there, because the fundamentals of XRP, what it's going to do, how it's going to change the entire world. Ripple, XRP, what is its baseline? What is it supposed to do since day one? It's going to move money faster than anything's ever done before.
We've been talking about what have we been talking about? It's the rails, it's the plumbing system, it's and until all that volume starts coming through it. I mean, that's the reason why we're not seeing it right now. They're still laying all the pipe underneath the streets.
Absolutely. Bitcoin the PD coin, aka Biden hair sniffer, says nobody has a clue and don't want to know. Do they not want to know, or they not understand? I'm going to give you an example. My father, who I love more than anything in the whole world.
And after Val. I cleared that up. She's on there, so I just want to make sure.
Well, no, maybe first because he was my father.
No. You can't say that. You're supposed to leave your father and mother and go to your wife. So I straightened him out, Val. Don't worry about it.
So my point is, while he will trust in me or listen to me on things, he says, I don't believe in it. I go, what do you mean you don't believe in it? What part don't you believe? And then he's like, all that is, it's not real. You can't touch it. I go, when was the last time you touched your stock? When was the last time you touched your stock? You don't touch your stock.
How about this one? Next time I say, don't you love mom? When was the last time you touched the love? When was the last time you touched the love that you've given your wife?
That's good.
Is that not true?
Oh my God, that's going to be weird. But Tommy says bees telling fly that honey tastes better than shit. Not everyone meant to know what is XRP. I like that. I'm going to repeat it one more time. Bees telling flies that honey tastes like shit, tastes better than shit. Not everyone is meant to know what XRP is. I might put that in the quote next time. That was awesome.
Like that. That is
I got to copy and paste that one. And Carlos Mota says Carlos Mota from Brazil says all the banks here use XRP for transfers. Wow, that's awesome. Even people use them. They're instantaneous. It is the most wonderful thing ever made. It takes seconds for the person to receive it. God bless you, Carlos, for being here, man, and sharing that with us.
So here's my question.
It's been years, he said. And
years.
Bitcoin, the Petey Queen says, try telling many people they just look at me like I'm an alien. That's the normal feeling. But Carlos says for years.
So here's my question. Does that mean the banks in Brazil are using it, or is he just talking about people?
Well, it's
moving in between. I'm just asking, is the banks we think that the banks are using it here with the ISO?
Yes,
20022.
Yes.
So I'm just curious.
Carlos, this is great information. Thank you for sharing with us. And everybody who didn't know about that, or did you know about what Carlos was talking about, that in Brazil, the banks are using XRP. That's amazing. So which means that we already know the banks are using it everywhere, but they just aren't talking about it.
Yep.
Have you walked into your bank, by the way, and had a conversation with the teller and asked them about ISO 20022, and they look at you, either they know what you're talking about, or they don't, right? And the second part is when you talk about the blockchain and XRP and how it's going to be the new way that money is being moved, and that the old guard, just drew a blank of the name of it, Swift, right? Which is slowly going to be incorporating the XRP ledger as well as other banks. See how they react to that. See if the bank manager watches and listens. If they kind of give you a little look because they're learning about it. Bitcoin, the PD Quinn says, Brazil has been doing it, I think, since 2013, just like China, Russia, and Singapore. Very interesting.
Really? That early?
I did not know that since 2013 that these countries have been using it. And it's interesting if that's true. Why is it? Do you see it in those, or actually, I'm going to ask Carlos, in your country, is it talked about on a regular basis? I wonder if we do have people who watch here from Singapore and China. I know that we do. I wonder if anybody's watching right now can help share with us if they've talked, if that's a common thing there. This is really stuff that
2013 is a long time ago. That was 12 years ago. Wasn't that about the time XRP?
Carlos says we make payments and establishments instantly, fast and easy. Even my son receives his salary this way. Gas stations everywhere, even street stalls.
Wow,
that's mind blowing.
Wow, that's awesome.
Tommy,
we're so far behind the 8 ball in America.
Seriously, Tommy says when I tell people about XRP, like I'm speaking Mandarin to them. I love it. And King Christopher's back. King Christopher, Paul, thank you for being on the show over here. And please make sure you subscribe and like. I tried talking with my bank in 2020. They shut me down. It's funny you say that, because when I was at TD Bank, which is my bank, and I love that bank a lot for a lot of reasons here. It's a great bank and they're very customer friendly. But when I talked about it to the front tellers, I saw the manager in the back eyeballing me. And I kind of brought them over and said, I got a question for you. Do you know about XRP and the blockchain? And they looked at me like, how did you know? Or I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Really?
It was one of those like, well, we don't really know what's going to be happening. And, it was more like that conversation versus, hey, we know exactly what you're talking about. We're learning about it now. I thought that'd be very interesting. So this is really good information you guys are sharing over here. We got a ton of people, by the way. There's hundreds of people right now on TikTok that are watching this show here. We want to thank you so much for being a part of the show. Also, we're going to bring you in live every week. We got 75,000 people that follow us on TikTok. I know it's mind blowing. Bitcoin, the PD Coin says one world currency, XRP, was a currency since 2015, deemed by a court. Look up the Ripple case. Interesting. Bitcoin, the PD Coin. I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
That's very interesting stuff.
I mean, that's 2015, and we didn't even go to the lawsuit until 2020.
Yeah.
So that was 5 years before the lawsuit.
And you've got 2013 over there before on Brazil. I mean,
Brazil.
That's wild stuff. So it's really happened. So these big boys, right, are not talking about it. They're shutting it down. They're trying as hard as they can to wipe us out. My wife, she says, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to hear about it. Just let me know when it happens. Let me know when I can pack my bags.
Typical woman. By the way, Val, you're right in line with every other woman out there.
Let me know when I can pack my bags and we can move. Because that's what she wants to know. When is it time to pack the bags and move and start to, have a little bit better of a life?
Good thing you're still young, Val. Good thing you're still young. You got a couple of years.
Amen and hallelujah. It's the Wild West. So just some notes over here. Retail found XRP early, before institutions were positioned. Big money prefers to enter first, cheap and quietly, right? The big money, they want the captured audience. The amount of very wealthy people there are in this world is mind-blowing. And there's a collective group that sits on some place that is connected to the bank in Switzerland. And the guys who are in charge of that bank, who all are accumulating things because they don't want to accept what's happening today. The JP Morgans, the BlackRock, they're all in on XRP.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
And they're
no doubt
at the price of $1.40, which means if it's $1.40 for us, they're probably paying for that same thing 75 cents.
I mean, Brad Garlinghouse, how many years has he been going to the World Economic Forum? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, these guys have been going to the World Economic Forum or Davos or whatever.
Yes.
So,
Davos.
So all these places have been hearing from him year after year after year. You might go a year and not do anything with the first one, but if you're seeing this guy 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 8 years,
in a row,
and you're still not buying the stuff, you got a problem.
Well, it's not you have a problem. You're missing the boat, right?
You missed it.
The connection isn't happening.
Yeah.
King Christopher Paul says The Simpsons predicted DLT in 1997.
Okay.
And Bitcoin to PD Coins is 1988. Economist magazine.
He's talking about it again. Here we go.
All you need to know. And you know, you've reminded us about that magazine.
Every time.
I would love to have that magazine. I would love to have that magazine.
I wonder how much it goes for, Dave. We should look it up after this. We'll take a look. See how much
what is the economics magazine? 1988. Economist. I can't talk. Economist magazine. What's the cost of it? Can you get it? Where can you find it? As a matter of fact, I wish you guys could post pictures.
eBay, YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm not YouTube. I'm eBay for sure. I'm sure.
Let's see. XRP faced regulatory pressure and lawsuits while institutions positioned. ETFs, custody on ramps, and banking rails are being built behind the scenes. They're not even behind the scenes anymore. They're right in front of us. They're literally right in front of us. And by the way, with ETFs, right? With the ETFs, XRP continues to dominate the ETF market. Right? Suppression versus accumulation. Is this distribution or preparation? What do you think? Is this distribution or preparation? History lessons, internet stocks, Amazon, Bitcoin 2013 to 2016. Big money waits, retail gets bored, price explodes. And that's what's going to happen. So it's TikTok. Who's going to be in it? Who's going to jump in it now? Who's beginning to accumulate a little more on the sidelines? How much powder do you have on the sides? Do you have any powder left? I mean, powder is hard to come by. It's hard when you're, especially us. We're in sales. You know, if you're not selling, you don't have powder.
Yep.
So every time we have a sale, we take a little bit of powder and we try to add to the bucket. You know, and we've got a couple other cryptos that are really important to know about. We've learned about from you guys here. And we're going to talk about the Canton Network, right? Canton. I mean, we need to do a whole episode just on Canton, I think. Zebic, another wild and crazy coin that is so suppressed on their price based on what it's going to be doing and how much involvement is already happening in the background. If you haven't looked up Canton CC on, let's say, Uphold. And by the way, if you haven't seen already, there's a couple links if you don't have already access to Uphold on our podcast over here. There's one for our friends in Australia.
Caleb and
Brown, another great outfit for
Dcent.
your crypto. If you want to have if you want someone controlling and helping you manage it, and the Dcent wallet, which is what we believe to be a very, very strong wallet to use for protection for your assets. You should keep your assets in multiple places, I think, multiple platforms, right? Oh, by the way, did you get an airdrop Uphold on Flare? Flare, I took a picture. The Flare network dropped a bag of Flare into my Uphold.
I haven't looked.
Yeah, did anybody else get some Flare from Uphold? I didn't know this was going to happen. They just dumped a whole bunch of Flare into my Uphold. I'm going to show you something for a second. I took a picture of it. I'm going to show Mike quickly for a second. I can't show you all because
I wonder if it has something to do with if it was because you had XRP in there.
At February 18th, they dropped in some Flare, which is pretty amazing.
Sure that wasn't something you moved into?
I did not touch it.
Oh, it says from Flare airdrop. Yeah, that's interesting.
And I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if that airdrop was because of XRP that I have on the platform on Uphold or from the Flare itself that I have on Uphold. I didn't understand. Has anybody else had it happen? Have you guys had any flare drops come in randomly?
I'll check it after hours.
King Christopher Paul says Canton runs on XRPL. Awesome. Very important information. And Bitcoin the PD Coin says, yeah, I had a flare drop. You did too. Did you know?
Now I got to check.
Okay, so was it on? Now, did you get the flare drop? Are you using Uphold? What platform are you using, please, if you don't mind sharing with us? And is it because of having XRP on the platform, or is it because of the flare you have? I was just not expecting it, and I kind of was like surprised by it and excited about the same time. Because I'm going to tell you a little story that happened to me. I had flare that I put on the Bifrost wallet, and I changed phones, and I didn't realize that I lost my
seed phrase,
and I lost my flare like a putz. I really was like in shock, and I gave the phone back because I got my $350 for my iPhone like an idiot because I had no idea. But I went and bought more flare subsequently because I wasn't going to say, well, I'm not going to have flare because I lost it. I was upset about it. I got to get past it. Bitcoin, the PD Coin, Uphold, I already had flare. So is it because of having flare on Uphold is why you got is that what you were saying? Do you have any flare on your Uphold?
Nope. I have none.
None. Do you have any flare anywhere else that you keep it? Where do you keep yours? On what?
Yeah, on the Bifrost.
But the Bifrost didn't give you any kind of.
I haven't checked the Bifrost.
And it's interesting you have Bifrost still because they shut it down. I thought, but you can't.
No, they stopped giving us the free, but the free airdrops. But it's still absolutely
another great reason why Uphold is a great platform. I mean, there's so many great reasons. I like what they have for staking. Great source for your crypto. Another great platform.
I'm actually taking a quick look while we're doing this. I figured I'll just take a quick look just to see if there was anything even in the Dcent. I was just curious.
I didn't look at the Dcent. It's another good point. So again, we've got retail that's trying to get wiped out by the big boys. And if you haven't purchased XRP yet, this is not financial advice. If you don't know about what digital assets are, this is not financial advice. This is your time to learn. Do some research. Yep. Go on YouTube. This is the best place to learn, in my opinion. Type in what is XRP, what is Ripple, what is the idea, and how does it work? Deplorable Badass says, I bought Flare on Kraken. I got nothing. Interesting.
Yep.
So maybe it's an Uphold thing that they dropped it on.
Nothing.
I got, and I don't know if it's a percentage of the Flare that I have. Bitcoin to PD Coin, if you can help us out, if you can share, is it a percentage of what you owned on Flare that they dropped it in? Again, that they dropped in, here's what I have for Flare. Look at that for a second, right?
Yep.
I don't know if that's a percentage of it that dropped in from there.
No idea.
But yeah.
Yeah, very weird.
Very interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff. Okay, so if you're new to the station, the channel, if you're on TikTok and you're listening for the first time, and if you're on YouTube and you're first subscribing over here or just watching a show, we love to be interactive with you. So please like and subscribe. Please subscribe to our show. We'll be on with you every Monday and Thursday. There's a great community of people here, very smart people who follow and are joining this community. We want to make this community bigger and stronger and more exciting for everybody. And the information we're learning together here is pretty powerful stuff. So please get on YouTube if you haven't and you have first time watching this on TikTok. Go to Team Powerhouse Real Estate. That's our page because I'm a real estate agent. And we also put over there Intro to Crypto. I actually added that.
Dave really wants to hit that 1,000.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the Team Powerhouse Real Estate thing and just make it Intro to Crypto because realistically, we're doing mostly crypto conversations there.
If it's not taken,
I don't know that that's a great question. If it is, we'll figure something out. But you know where to find us.
You won't lose your subscribers, will you?
Bitcoin, the PD Coin says, but I staked it. You know, it's funny that how do I know if I staked it? Did I stake it?
I could tell you later.
Can you tell me? Because I remember I asked you about staking the Flare, if I should do it or not.
Yeah.
How do you go and check it out? Do you go to the Flare over here?
Yeah, we can look at it after we get off the phone too.
Just tell me, is that telling you it's staked?
You're receiving. So yeah, you are receiving. So yeah, it is staked.
Oh, TJJC is back with us. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. Hello to you, my friend.
TJ.
We appreciate you being a part of the show. We've been talking about this conspiracy theory. Now, let me ask you a question. Are any of you out there not believing that it's a conspiracy theory with XRP or all of crypto? Is there anything that you think that they're buying heavily on besides XRP, the big boys? What do you think is really their big agenda? Phoenix Hood, XRP hoodies will get you to 1K.
I got news for you. While I was waiting for David today to come in from a meeting,
yes,
I actually went and I was trying to see if I could make a hoodie online. I didn't have the access on my chat GBT the same way I think maybe even you do as the paid version.
Yes.
But I tried it. I did try it. I figured out, let me at least see if I can get a couple of images.
All right. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to, again, I keep saying we're going to deal with it. Phoenix Rising in Gold, XRP. Maybe we'll have like, we talked to somebody else before.
Don't talk about it. Do it.
I know. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna take you long. I think you probably can have a couple images probably within 10 minutes.
You know,
15.
You know what the hardest part is once you make it, right? Once you make these designs, you got to get it to a certain version. They call it, and then you get it over to the screen printer, and then they have to make it. I'm gonna do it for sure. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it this weekend. I don't have anything going on this weekend. I'm gonna do it this weekend.
There you go. All right.
That's gonna be my project this weekend.
All right.
And Bitcoin, the TD coin, aka the Biden hair sniffer. I'm going to come up with it.
Dave is going to be accountable.
It might take a little while for it to come in once I make it, but I will tell you if I have made it and if it's in the process of making it happen. And then we'll have
send me copies of the images. I want to see it. Oh, by the way, Dave also has a song. I have a song. Oh, neither one of those are starting off this podcast using our song either.
You know, we made a song. I made a song on where's the app for it now that I just did that. So tell me if you guys can hear this, and tell me, get the pic off the Economist magazine front cover. I love it. Let me see if I can play you a song over here that I thought was pretty cool. And a lot of you guys shared about the worms and the whales, and that's where my song came from. Carlos Mota says, I'm ordering a pizza right now and paying, how will it be? Oh my God, that's unbelievable.
Paying what?
He's buying a pizza right now in XRP. Are you using XRP to buy pizza, or are you using an app that uses XRP to buy the pizza?
Pretty good.
Check this out. Here comes a song on for you guys. Ready?
This is the last song for you. The song I want to go about the war.
It's not too loud.
Could be loud.
Started with a question, learning week by week. David and Michael intro to crypto truth is what we speak. Not hype, not noise, not chasing a trend. Utility, clarity, this is the end game. Worm with $1, trip just begun. Crab stacking steady, octo having fun. Fish to dolphin, shark on the rise. Well, the big whale, all seeing the prize.
All seeing the prize, baby. Yeah.
Built by Ripple, vision led strong. Brad Garland house pushing progress along. Code runs deep, designed to last. David Schwartz building rails and move value fast. Different levels, same belief, same network, same relief. Built for speed, built to connect. Moving value past present next. Worm with $1, shrimp just begun. Crab stacking steady, octo having fun. Fish to dolphin,
You guys liking this?
shark on the rise.
Shark on the rise.
Well, the big whale, all seeing the prize.
You like the whales?
We're learning together, side by side. Through the noise, through fear, through the tide. The future is bright, the signal is clear. The This isn't a moment. XRP is here. With Michael and David here with you. Learning together is what we do. Convicted on the future of XRP.
Love it.
All right. I did a couple different versions. I'm going to pause this for a second. It's nice. I'm not really a fan of country. Blade says, all right, well, I appreciate that. Listen, you know what?
We'll give the rock version next time.
I will definitely get a rock version next time. But if you liked it and you thought it was great, I want to hear from you. I really appreciate that. It was a lot of fun doing that. And you made one also, you said, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to play it?
Not now.
All right, not now. It's funny. I was going to do a rock version. I wasn't sure what angle to go. Tommy says, yes, he loves it. American flags. And you know what I found about the country version of it? It just had like this soul to it. It had like this, it got like a little emotional. I was listening to it. It kind of felt like it was like the grassroots of XRP, you know, and that's kind of what connected me to it.
Isn't it crazy though, when you think about it? How long did it take you to make that up with AI? 10 minutes?
It took, well, first you had to put the information into it. And our people here who talked about the worm, the crab, and I took and copied and pasted that, and I grabbed it because I learned from you guys about that. I never heard about this before, about the worm and the crab and the whale and the shark. I thought it was really cool stuff. Deplorable Badass says, so corny, just made me sell on my XRP. That is hilarious. Thank you for sharing. I love it. Oh my God. You know, it was really something that, again, you know, I was in Florida, I was visiting my son, and I was talking to Michael about this AI stuff, and he said you can make a song because we follow these guys. What's his name?
24
Hour Crypto. He comes up with this unbelievable video and music, and I'm jamming. I keep playing it. It gets me pumped up. You know, when I'm feeling down about the XRP and I have something to motivate me. Oh, that was a rhyme. When I'm feeling down about XRP, I have something to motivate me, right?
There's your lyrics,
right?
For your next song.
Right? It's really TDJC just is putting laughing smiley faces. Unless I like that country sound. All right. Thank you so much. Again, I just grassroots. It's like, when I think of country, again, I just got into country the last couple of years. I love dance music and salsa and rock and roll and metal and, you know, and even hip hop. But I mean, I grew up 1974, right? So from 1974 through the 80s and metal bands, I mean, I was all into metal and rock and roll, but what metal was back then is not even metal later on. That was just rock and roll. Right. Your Bon Jovi, your Guns N' Roses, that was considered metal. That was metal.
You know when I got into country?
Tell me.
When I bought a Suburban.
Is that right?
As soon as I bought that Suburban, I turned into country music. That was it. 2000.
No kidding.
Yeah, that was it.
You know, it's funny. I started listening to it. I'm going to say in the last 4 years more seriously. I don't know the words to a lot of songs, but I like tune. I like music, and I really love XRP. I really love it. But you know what, Blade, for you, my man, I'm going to make you a rock and roll song. So next show, I got two things of homework. One, Biden the hair sniffer. Got to come up with a hoodie. And Blade, I'm going to come up with a rock and roll tune for you. And if you have any ideas, by all means, please. But I thought it was pretty cool that we got this done today. And it was a lot of fun doing it.
Very good.
We're going to be back on Monday. You're coming back in.
Maybe.
You're going to be here on Monday.
Depends. I told you, I might be pretty beat up.
You could be beat up in the chair, which as long as we can see your face.
That's as long as I can sit here like a mummy.
Our plan is to be back here in the saddle with you guys on Monday. I want to thank you so much for being part of the show. So I got some homework to do. I really want to talk about Canton on Monday. I want to talk about Zebic on Monday as well.
Dave, I hope you got notes, man. Now you got 4 things to do.
I've got some things to do. And if there's something you guys think we should cover from a crypto standpoint or digital assets, things you want to learn about, or things you think are important, please let us know. We appreciate you. You guys are awesome. Blade, we love seeing you here, man. We love our family. We love our friends. You guys literally are what makes this place amazing and fun to be a part of. And amen and hallelujah. I want to thank you. Have a wonderful night. We will see you Monday, guys. Have a great night.
Thanks for showing up on a Thursday, guys.
Please continue to share this podcast. Thank you so much.
Dave needs 1,000.
We need to hit it.